No plan, no timeline, just cruise, just explore. That's the best thing. Well, hello Big Lap Bible. We're Jack and Ceejay, and we're from...
No, let's say...
Hey Big Lap Bible, we're Jack and Crystal from the Instagram page Jack and Ceejay. And this is our submission. A bit about ourselves. I'm a 24-year-old filmmaker. I work in the media space doing commercials, docos, and social media.
Yeah, and I'm a zookeeper. So yeah, work with all different types of animals, and then on the side of that, I'm a dancer as well. So bit of everything too.
Anyway, let's get straight into it, shall we? So first question, why did we decide to do a big lap? Well, for me personally, it had always been something that I wanted to do, and I actually met Crystal on my big lap. So I left from Victoria and I made it up to Queensland, and I got a job in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast where I met Crystal, and I worked on the Sunshine Coast for 2 years and quit to keep doing my lap. And she was like, well, I'm coming with you.
Pretty much. That's how it was, really. We just kind of spoke about it a little bit. It was something I wanted to do in the future, but didn't really have kind of any way to do it. I've never camped before in my life, but it was always something I wanted to do. And yeah, met Jack and we kind of spoke about it over the 2 years, and then we pretty much got to a point where we're like, should we just do it? Should we just go? And we pretty much did. We told our family that we're just going to quit our jobs and go.
And the life before travelling the big lap as well, it wasn't too much. The last month or so leading up, you know, you bring back the savings, you rein it in a little bit, you start noticing you got little things on the car that need to be done. It wasn't too hectic, but I just didn't have weekends. The weekends were getting the car ready and then you'd work, and then you get the car ready and then you work. Preparing for the big lap, we didn't really do much. We just made sure that we had enough water, enough fuel, so we got jerry cans. We had a fridge and a freezer that worked.
I feel like Jack already had everything set up because before we left on our lap, he was already on his lap around Australia, so 2 years prior to that. He had already set everything up really, so it was kind of just, adding more things because there's a second person in the car, and then just getting, little tweaks to the car that needed to be done. One
thing that we had to get was a battery monitor, and that changed the way that we camped. We could see how much the freezer was draining, which we addressed later, how much solar was going in, et cetera, et cetera. So pretty much the only things that we added were a rooftop tent, jerry cans, and a few little luxury items, you know, like a shower that we didn't even use.
No, we did not get that out once.
And because Crystal had never been camping before, we packed like half her wardrobe.
We pretty much got up and left. We quit our jobs. We both were living in the Sunshine Coast, so we weren't even home. And we both just were like, let's go.
So we got a Mitsubishi Pajero. It's a 2005 V6 petrol. All I did for the prep for this car was put a bull bar on, a radio, all-terrain tyres with like upgraded suspension, which is like standard for any four-wheel driving. And then for touring, I put a 75-litre dual-zone fridge with a custom drawer setup, which you could have just done with King's drawers anyway. It's nothing fancy. And then I took the rear seats out, and that's it. So the rear seats, we could put the jerry cans in there and bags and all our random stuff. And then in the back, we had 3 drawers and a fridge freezer. Why did we pick that? Because I thought it looked cool. I got it like 4 years ago. So it was just accumulating gear as I enjoyed camping. And would I say you need that? No. In fact, doing the trip made me think I needed less. I didn't need the custom drawers. I needed maybe 1 or 2 drawers. The fridge slide was the best thing ever.
Yeah, we definitely probably didn't need as many drawers as we had in there because we just ended up throwing things in that kind of took up space that we could have utilised better, but then we're like, this stuff has nowhere to go. It was just a bit of a...
But would I change anything about the setup? Yes.
Oh, yeah, you would.
I'd change a lot.
Yeah.
I'd change a lot. If I could redo the custom drawers, I'd actually custom design them to fit 12 volt above the subfloor. Then what else would I do? Get rid of the drawers, add more solar to the roof, which is a massive problem. Probably didn't need that size of a fridge freezer in the car. The 75 litre for a wagon is huge.
Yeah, but it's so worth it.
So worth it, but could have gone to like a 60 or a 50.
Yeah, we didn't need that much. So pretty much what you're saying is you need a new car.
Yeah, Troopy, coming at you soon, hopefully. Well, in terms of campsites, we stayed in a bit of everything. We stayed in some caravan parks, we stayed in free camps, we even started to dabble in the hip camps. But I would say we tried to free camp the majority of our lap. One, for budget, and two, because free camps are usually where there's nobody. Usually. Because everybody's in the caravan parks or they're in the populated areas. We were just in the random spots. I reckon one of the highlights on the East Coast was the Townsville truck stop.
Yes, loved that. We stayed there twice.
Yeah, we found that on Wikicamps, and you got to get there a little bit early, but it's just full of backpackers and characters.
It was a cool experience. You literally parked right out the front of a Bunnings to start off with.
Yeah. And
you got all the truckies on the other side in their bays. But yeah, we pulled up early, and then, you know, by the time nighttime hits, it's just like there's so many cars, all backpackers trying to squeeze in spots that they can't fit in. Like, it was entertainment. Like, let's just say that. Yeah, we actually stayed at more caravan parks than we thought.
Finding the best campsites along the road either came from word of mouth, or you're just driving along and you go, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Wikicamps doesn't have all the free camps because there's areas that you can free camp, and as soon as you put them online, the police come and they highly monitor those areas. So our suggestion would be, if you want a free camp, regardless of what kind of car or caravan you're in, just explore.
Yeah.
Just go try and find somewhere. Oh, the best camping spot that we stayed at, where do you reckon that is?
My favourite campsite was Cbar Pub.
Oh, yeah, Caravan Pub.
By far. Free camp too.
Free camp? Well,
you buy your beers at the pub as your thank you. But that was sick. I loved it. Absolutely. I think that was my highlight probably for the whole trip, which it was from the start.
Yeah. And my favourite campsite, Sandy Creek in Litchfield National Park.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. You got to drive through a massive river crossing.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I'm going to have to say the Gibb River Road free camp or the Pentecost River free camp.
Yeah, true.
Those two, you got crocodiles at the Pentecost, you've got the craziest sunset and like colours of the Kimberley. I think that was it. And you don't have to do the corrugations through the Pentecost River camp because that's at the end of the bitumen. And it was just, yeah. So what we're saying is just do it all. That's all. Our advice, if you're planning to do a lap, is have no plan.
Yeah.
Because every time we had a plan, we felt stressed.
Very stressful.
If you have a deadline, you can't enjoy yourself because you're like, oh, I've got to pack up tomorrow. Oh, I've got to pack up tomorrow. Oh, I've got to do this, got to do that. No plan. No timeline. Just cruise. Just explore. That's the best thing. That's the best thing.
Explore more.
That's it. The things that we learnt on the road, pretty insane. Like, I felt like I knew a lot about Australia before leaving. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, you've got this region, that region, our biggest money-making machine is mining and we're all about agriculture and yada, yada, yada. We started travelling and I didn't realise how close and how many mines there were around Australia.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I was, when I think of Australia, I think, we've got a beautiful landscape, we care about our animals in some areas and all these other things.
Sorry.
But there was mines like 3 hours from cities and they're every 100 kilometres. I was like, holy crap, we are just blowing our country into pieces, which obviously that's how we make money, but I didn't realise how many...
Overwhelmed. I feel like I was overwhelmed by the amount of mines that were around. And
then in terms of travelling, I would say I know a lot more about crystal.
Yes. I feel like we learnt a lot about ourselves and each other on this trip.
Especially being in a rooftop tent where you live 30 centimetres away from each other the whole time. When you are travelling, you just learn a lot about each other, and you learn a lot about each other.
We learn a lot about each other.
We learn a lot about each other.
Nothing bad. It was just, different having, someone in your close proximity all the time.
So keep that in mind if you've got kids and if you're trying to do it in swags or tents or whatever. Get a caravan.
Yeah.
And lock them in the caravan.
Lock them in. No, don't lock your kids in the caravan.
So what's your favourite thing about travelling though?
Oh, my favourite thing probably is just the freedom that you get. Like, no responsibilities. You wake up, you decide where you want to go on the day, and sometimes we decided we don't want to go anywhere, so we just stay another night.
Yeah.
So much freedom. Our only responsibilities are cooking dinner, pretty much.
And keeping the fans happy on YouTube. Anyway, I agree. I think the freedom was the best thing, and meeting people.
Yes.
Like-minded people. But I think the biggest thing that I enjoyed was Crystal get outside of her comfort zone.
Like, it was so new for me. I had never, ever, ever camped in my life. So obviously, you know, Jack pulling me away to do Australia is a huge leap. So everything we did was pretty much out of my comfort zone. And I loved it. Like, there was not really any of it that I didn't like. I loved it and want to be able to do it more. But, yeah, it's nice to hear.
Is van life everything you thought it would be? Yes.
Pretty much.
It was exactly what I thought it was going to be and what I wanted it to be. So that's pretty easy to answer. Is there a myth? The myth is it's always fun. It's not always fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It's not always fun. Sometimes you're in terrible conditions and it's, for us, like in a tent, we don't have anywhere to go. You got to get in the tent. You can't leave the tent, otherwise you get wet or your stuff gets wet. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the same as when you're at home. If it's terrible weather outside, it's not that fun, but at least at home you got a house. On the road, you've got a mini house or a tent. That's all we've got to say.
Yeah.
You know, common sense.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So downside, I'd say I didn't personally feel there was a downside. Obviously, you miss your family and you're not working or, you know, you get bored. But I personally was able to manage that pretty easily because I had our YouTube videos and our photos to edit, and I enjoyed being away from everything. I like isolation. I liked being away from everything. It was refreshing. It kind of made me relax a lot more. I think the only thing from our personal journey was that the car was maybe the downside. It's an older car. I knew that there was going to be problems, and there was problems. And I think that's the biggest downside is car issues take a massive chunk of your savings. But that's easy.
Nah, I reckon that too. I mean, for me, the car. I was frustrated with the car a lot, especially like day 3 of our trip. We had a massive problem, so that was like a huge shift in our trip to start off with. I guess, you know, reality kind of sunk in at that point where we're like, got to deal with it. We're in the middle of nowhere. How do we do it? So that was kind of, for me, a bit harder, but we're on the road. That's just what we got to do. That was our house, so we just got to deal with it.
So the Big Lap budget, that's the big question everybody asks. We represent, especially through our YouTube and everything, Big Lap on a budget. That's our series name.
Yeah.
So we had a unique circumstance. We quit our job and we had a deadline to get to some weddings in Victoria and Sydney, and we were in the Sunshine Coast, but we wanted to go the long way around. So the way we calculated it was how much time do we have and how much money can we spend per week based on our savings. So we estimated high fuel prices. I think we did $2.60 on average.
Yeah.
And we calculated that at 19 litres per 100. Off the top of my head, I think it was between $9,000 and $11,000 on fuel. I think, somewhere around there. So then we budgeted the rest of our savings out of the 20 grand that we had to fill in activities and work out. Yeah, and work out if it was worth doing the big lap or if it was, we should just do a half lap, take our time and enjoy it a bit more. We wanted to see WA because we can do the East Coast whenever we want. So we sent that dog. We got over there.
We got over there.
How did we pay for our big lap? We saved. We just used our savings.
We kind of just left our jobs and used what we had in our accounts. Like we didn't really, we did obviously like be like, we need to start saving a little bit. But for me, it was kind of like just use what you got in your account and then start saving when you get back home.
Yeah. So our budget was $20,000 to do 4 months on the road doing a full lap. We met people on the road that had done 9 months doing a half lap using $25,000 and we were gobsmacked. So the budget, you can stretch it as much as you want. It's very, very, very simple and it's not as expensive as what you think it is. So our weekly budget, we estimated $750 a week. That was our weekly budget.
I thought it was less than that.
No, it was $750 a week.
Oh. There you go.
So with the amount of money that we had and the amount of time, obviously divided by all the weeks, we could spend $750 a week. We ended up buying bulk meats and freezing it, so we didn't actually spend that much money in the long term, but then we had car breakdowns, which then probably would have evened it out.
Yeah.
And we didn't consider activities such as whale shark swimming or tours or anything in that budget. If it was a once-off thing that you're never really going to do ever again, we just did it. How do you save money while travelling, Crystal?
Nothing, you just spend it.
Nah, I think saving money on the road, we didn't try to our maximum capability. We met people that were filling up jerry cans at the cheapest fuel so they didn't have to fill up at the next petrol station. So if you really, really, really want to maximise money, it'd be buying the cheapest food, bulk making food, and watching petrol prices like a hawk and preparing at the cheapest petrol station. That's pretty much it. Very simple. It just depends on how strict you want to be. In saying that, our biggest splurge on the road would have been...
I know what mine would have been.
What was that?
The Daintree Lodge for our birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, so a birthday present would have been staying in the Daintree Wilderness Lodge. And then other than that, it would have been probably like the whale shark tours, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
To treat ourselves. Well, we did a birthday present, and then, we both did a insane activity. So they would have been our two biggest splurges on the road.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would do both of them again.
100%.
And in terms of like making money on the road, we could have stopped anywhere. Caravan park, hospitality, a station. Everybody needs work. Don't be worried about making money. If you're not fussy about what you're doing, you can make money anywhere. But in terms of how we made some money on the road, we actually just took some photos and we had some companies reach out and we made a couple of $1,000s on the road from taking photos. So social media can come around and actually benefit you. So make sure if you can be bothered and you want to, give it a crack. Yeah. Give it a crack. What's the biggest advice we can give for future lappers, Ceejay?
Get out and go. Yeah. Don't be afraid to do it. I personally come from my background of never camping before. Obviously a little bit nervous, but I also wasn't afraid. Like I was so excited to just do it. And I think that was a big thing for me, just to get out and go. Experience it, and you don't know if you like it until you do it. Yeah.
I think my point of view would be don't get stuck in a planning loop.
Yes.
Don't keep going, I'm going to plan it, I'm going to plan this, do that, do this. Pick like 5 spots you want to go and maybe book one with a certain period of time that you're going to get there and then just work it out.
Yeah.
Work it out.
Yeah, definitely, don't book things in. That would probably be the biggest thing is...
Book the important things in.
Yeah, book if you really want to do something on that certain time, but don't book yourself in every single day to be doing something. You want to be able to relax and just, you know, wake up in the morning and figure out what you're doing.
And pet peeve, if you do book something and you don't rock up, cancel your booking so other people can go.
Yeah.
Don't be those people, because you'll hate them too.
Yeah. Actually, can I add something onto that last one?
It.
I'd also say money too. Like, they don't have to have so much money to be able to do it. I feel like that was one thing we kind of learnt on the road as well, is you don't have to have so much savings to be able to get out and do it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, but you'd need this much money to be able to go do that. You know, you could go do a month somewhere and it's going to cost you hardly anything. You'd probably spend the same amount of money at home for that month than you would be out on the road. So that would be one thing as well. I'd say the money, it doesn't always matter. And the car. If you think about... And the car, 100%. And if you think about the people that see the country the most in Australia, it's backpackers in RAV4s and these tiny little... We had someone, one of our good mates, do a Commodore. Was it a Commodore? No, the Subaru. The Subaru. He was in a Subaru doing the Gibb River Road. So it doesn't matter what your car looks like, what it is, just get out and do it. If you want to do it, go. But anyway, we hope this was useful. Thank you, Big Lap Bible, for inviting us to do this. Yeah. And if you want to check us out, we're on Instagram and YouTube. Jack and Ceejay, get on it. We'll be there. Hopefully we keep doing this. We love it. So yeah. And we love animals too. So if you want to see like traveling and animals, it's us. It's us. Anyway, we out. Let's go.